Hey you guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great evening so far. What I wanted to do today was react to this Atlanta Hawks Sports Illustrated article. They wrote a piece about a three-team trade between your Detroit Pistons, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Atlanta Hawks. What we're going to do in this video is react to it, give you guys my honest opinions, and I think if this is a good trade for the Detroit Pistons. So let's scroll down to the trade. I'm not really going to read the article because it's not really worth my time or your time for that matter, because I want to be respectful of you guys' time. So the trade, I scrolled right past it, man. Wow. Here we go, man. It's just that type of day. So the Hawks get Bobby Portis, 2 seconds it looks like from the Detroit Pistons. The Bucks get Isaiah Stewart, and the Pistons get Larry Nance Jr., Pat Connaughton, and a 2026 first from the Milwaukee Bucks. So, like I mentioned in the top of the video, we're going to go over to Fanspo and put this through the trade machine for you guys. So let's start with the Hawks first. So they're getting Bobby Portis to the Hawks. And was it 2 Piston seconds? Yeah, it was 2 Piston seconds, 2027 and 2029. Okay, so don't know why the Pistons are sending seconds to the Hawks, but here we go. So 2 seconds to the Hawks. Here we go, 2029. I don't know why you would put a protection on a second, but I guess some teams do. So they traded to the Hawks. So that's the first part of the trade. Bucks get Isaiah Stewart. I don't like that already. Isaiah Stewart in Milwaukee would be nasty. And then you'd have to see him 4 times a year, too. I would just hate that if I was a Piston fan. Larry Nance, Pat Connaughton, and a first from Milwaukee. So we got to go Larry Nance from the Hawks, trade him to the Pistons. And then Pat Connaughton to the Pistons. And then a 2026 first from the Bucks, which I didn't even know they had a first, which is kind of surprising. So they have a 2026 first, and it looks like the Pelicans hold the rights to swap. Oh, this is an awful trade. Oh my god, I would hate this. But hey, let's put it through the trade machine first before I start talking. Okay, yeah, man. Like on paper, you're like, oh, it's not a bad trade. Then you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But for the sake of this video and the sake of reacting to this article, let's break it down for you guys. So the Bucks would be getting Isaiah Stewart. In exchange, they would be sending Bobby Portis. The Pistons send 2 of their seconds in 2027 and 2029. And Detroit receives Larry Nance Jr., Pat Connaughton, and a 2026 first. But the New Orleans Pelicans hold the rights to swap the pick if they want to. Holy crap, you guys. This is an awful trade for the Detroit Pistons. You know who this is a good trade for? The Atlanta Hawks, because they're getting a rotational piece in Bobby Portis and 2 additional seconds from the Detroit Pistons. Now, I'd like to think that the Pistons are in a better situation, even though these second-round picks aren't really Detroit's. They're via Brooklyn or Dallas or via Milwaukee. You're still sending 2 seconds, and we've seen this past offseason how a lot of teams are using second-round picks in future trades. I would hate to give up 2 seconds just for Larry Nance and a Pat Connaughton. And then the Bucks get Isaiah Stewart. Like, I would hate that if I'm a Piston fan. Like, I would hate to not only trade Isaiah Stewart, but I would hate to see Isaiah Stewart 4 times a year with Giannis and Dame, and we have to verse them because they're in the Central Division and they're in our conference. Isaiah Stewart would go nuclear if he was in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform, and not to mention, like, he could basically just play a Bobby Portis role and just shoot threes and defend and do all that dirty work that he does here at Detroit. But honestly, I think this trade is more favorable for the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, the Pistons get a first-round pick, but the first-round pick is a New Orleans pick where they have the rights to swap. I'm not really in love with Larry Nance Jr. I know he does some stuff, but he's undersized at 6'8". Pat Connaughton's a really athletic 2-guard, but he's kind of up and down. I know, like, Pistons fans in the comment section, because I know you guys are going to comment on this video. I know you guys would probably hate this trade too. because this trade is more favorable to the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. And just my personal opinion, I just think it's a god awful trade. Personally, like I would really hate to lose Isaiah Stewart for that. Like, yeah, you're getting a first, but again, like the Pelicans hold the right to swap the pick if they feel like they want their pick back. You know, Bobby Portis to the Hawks, cool, but again, like losing 2 seconds to kind of help out the Hawks and the Bucks, I don't know, man. Kind of feels like you're doing a favor, and this trade seems pretty biased. It kind of figures, though. You know, you're doing a trade reaction video from the Atlanta Hawks on Sports Illustrated. Really thought it would have been a little bit more fair in terms of trade value, but man, like the more I look at this trade, you guys, the more I'm just kind of like, this is a god awful trade. Like I don't even know like how you think this is a fair trade for the Pistons. They're getting two guys that aren't really that good and don't really fit on the team, and it's kind of like a fake first round pick if you think about it. Because the Pelicans can say, "Hey man, we want our fucking pick back." Like I don't know, man. I want to know what you guys think as always. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of this trade. Again, the trade is the Bucks would get Isaiah Stewart, the Hawks would get Bobby Portis, a 2027 second via Detroit, a 2029 second via Detroit, and the Pistons get Larry Nance, Pat Connaughton, and a 2026 first. But the New Orleans Pelicans have the right to swap the pick if they want their pick back. Pick back. I don't know why I said pit. Probably because I had cherries this morning. My ADD's all over the place tonight. I apologize. But again, let me know what you guys think of this trade. Me personally, the fact that the Pistons lose Isaiah Stewart in 2 seconds, I'm not really in love with this trade personally, but maybe some people out there really like Larry Nance. Maybe some people out there like Pat Connaughton. Maybe there's some optimists out there that think that the Pelicans might not want their pick and we get a 2026 first out of it. As always, you guys, talk to me down below in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys down there. Like always, hope you guys are staying safe. Take care. Hope you guys have a great night. Peace.